Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. With all the bad news about Blizzard recently, the Hearthstone card reveals were thrown into disarray. A lot of card reveals were cancelled and it looks like we're going to get the final reveal stream on Monday already instead of Tuesday, so maybe there will be tons and tons of cards revealed on Monday. We don't have a whole lot to work with yet, but I figured I would make one card review video now to look at the most interesting cards that have been revealed so far and speculating a little bit on the archetypes of the United in Stormwind expansion. And one of the most interesting cards that we have seen so far is this one, a rogue spell, Garrote. Deal 2 damage to the enemy hero, shuffle 3 bleeds into your deck that deal 2 more when drawn. So you're going to shuffle another 6 damage into your deck, that's 8 damage to the hero. And if someone is able to draw cards, well, that's rogue. So this sort of aggro phase rogue, maybe a new variation of poison rogue, could be really effective with Garrote. Maybe use Field Contact, maybe Swindle, maybe Cutting Class. Even Secret Passage isn't terrible with Garrote, because those bleeds are 1-cost spells. So Secret Passage does not cast the spells when they're drawn. But if you play Secret Passage and you get some of those bleed spells, you can just play them for 1 mana each to draw another card and to deal 2 face damage. So yeah, that's a card to keep an eye out for. Very aggressive rogue card. Shaman is also getting some serious firepower. Overdraft, 1 mana tradable, unlock your overloaded mana crystals to deal that much damage. And Shaman, if they want to deal damage, and that can go face that damage, they can really lock some mana crystals with stuff like Lightning Bloom, giving them more mana immediately and overloading them a little bit. Serpentine Portals, Lightning Bolts. You can do some pretty crazy stuff with Overdraft. So this sort of Burn Shaman deck that just plays direct damage spells a lot and goes face becomes just a little bit more viable again. And remember, that sort of deck can always run Doomhammer. Doomhammer also overloads you, and boom. We're seeing some serious support from some very explosive decks. It is also possible to use Overdraft in a Quest Shaman deck. The Shaman Quest command the elements questline, play 3 cards with Overload, reward unlock your Overload mana crystals, then there's a couple of other quests to keep playing cards with Overload, and ultimately you're going to get a minion that's going to make all of your spells cast twice. And well, having your spells cast twice, portals, lightning bolts, overdrafts, that's another approach to the subject. I think it's going to be much weaker than just going all out pure aggro, because then you have some card draw issues. In order to really make use of the quest and then use of the spells that will cast twice, you would need to draw a bunch of cards, and Shaman is pretty bad at that, so simply using things that go face immediately seems to be a much more effective strategy. But it's not impossible to do it with the quest as well. And Shaman is getting a lot of potentially nice things, although I guess this one also goes a bit more in the meme department. Bolne Hammerbeak, after you play a Battlecry minion, repeat the first Battlecry played this turn. And so you play Bolner, and you play Lightning Bloom, and then you play your Yashuraj, and you add a copy of each corrupted card you played in the game to your hand. You get Dunk Tanks, you get Circus Medics, then you play some of those. Every time you play a Circus Medic, you get the Yashuraj Battlecry. Every time you play a Dunk Tank, you don't, so you play the Dunk Tanks first, and boom, that's an OTK. So yet another variation of this Yashuraj and corrupted damage spells OTK Shaman. Again, a deck that needs to survive, a deck that needs to draw some cards, so why would you play this over just playing Doomhammer? No real reason, just for the fun of it. By the way, Shaman is getting some new tools. And on the subject of new tools that look like a bag of old tools, we have this one, Tiny Toys. A 6-mana Shaman spell, summon 4 random 5-cost minions, make them 2/2s. Okay, sometimes you might get some death rattle effects, sometimes it might be useful, much of the time it really isn't. But when you still have Boxbind Knuckles in standard format, after hero attacks, transform your minions into random ones that cost 1 more. Suddenly, that means 4 6-drops. Yeah, they're trying to bring Evolve Shaman back. And Evolve Shaman is something I really hate to see in the game. I think that has been a disaster of a mechanic, but I cannot deny its power. It can definitely have some strong turns and strong swings, and yeah, Shaman gets to choose between blasting people in the face immediately, or doing some OTKs, or just doing some evolves. A whole lot of tools to open up a bunch of new archetypes for Shaman. Out of the currently revealed cards, Shaman is the clear winner. I guess that's sort of to be expected, because Shaman was so weak at the start of this current expansion. It's not weak anymore, but because it was 10 and Blizzard card design always lags behind, so now they're giving Shaman some stuff, and yeah, that's looking good for Shaman. They're also starting to give Warlock some stuff, and this is also pretty interesting. There's 2 cards for Handlock, there's a Dark Alley Pact, summon a Fiend with stats equal to your hand size. And this is almost like a Mountain Giant at the start of the game. Obviously you can't cast this for 3 mana, it always costs 4, but it can give you 9/9. On the other hand, that's just vanilla stats. There's no taunt, there's no rush, there's nothing like that. And the same goes with Anetheron. A 6 mana 8/6 demon costs 1 if your hand is full. Okay, so your hand is full, this one costs 1, but it's still just a vanilla 8/6. So this sort of handlock idea where you just put some big stats on the board, I'm a little bit wondering whether that's going to be useful. Is that modern Hearthstone anymore? Just some individual high statted minions, are they good enough? I do wonder. But either way, Warlock is getting some support. Some support to make this sort of control style Warlock that just gets big stuff on the board very early, so it can also be quite aggressive. And there's also a Shady Bartender for Zoo, for Demon Zoo in particular. Tradable, so if you have this in your opening hand, you can throw it away, try to fetch something else. Battlecry, give your demons +2/+2. Demon Zoo's problem typically is that you just don't have quite enough demons. You have some sweet demons, but you would always need a couple of more. So we'll see whether there are any new demons coming in the expansion, whether Shady Bartender can actually become a thing. But in general, this sort of board-wide buff is what Zoo needs to become relevant again. So with the currently revealed cards, the new expansion looks pretty powerful, and it looks to bring quite strong win conditions. It gives aggro even more speed, it gives some other archetypes really serious swing turns, it gives buffs, it gives mana cheating. Even if you're playing a control style deck, you're going to have a very proactive win condition. So the overall theme is to keep Hearthstone fast, keep your swing turns powerful, and the expansion based on these reveals looks pretty strong. But we will find out more soon when all the rest of the cards are revealed. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and check out my Twitch channel.